Hey everybody, welcome to what is most likely going to be the last deck study of the year. This is going to be the ZEN playing cards from the Expert Playing Card Company. These came out a little while ago. I just actually got mine with the Black Friday deal that Conjuring Arts put out. I put a link up on Facebook a couple weeks ago when Black Friday came out. They gave some special decks away. Really cheap, and these are one of the ones I got, so I was pretty excited about that. I got these and the Egyptian Legends, which I may sneak in by the end of the year, I may not. I haven't decided. I guess it just depends on what's going on and how busy I am and things like that. So a little background on this. Zen is a form of Buddhism, Buddhism got started in India way back when, of a form of gaining enlightenment through kind of cleansing yourself of distractions, and one way to do that is through getting rid of your desires. So if you cleanse yourself from your desires, you'll be less miserable. That's kind of some things that go along with meditating and things like that. So the basic principle of Buddhism is cleansing your desires to gain enlightenment. And the Zen practice actually started in the more of the Far East regions when Buddhism kind of made its movement up through into China, in the Mahayana movement. So Zen is they want to say it's one of the purest forms. They want it to be the straightest path to enlightenment is kind of what Zen represents. So that's a little background on what the actual Zen is, and as far as what the meaning of the deck is. So there's your little bit of background. Let's get into the box. It's fairly plain. It is your horizontal tut case. So it does open on the side flap, and you can see the Zen embossed foil on the top. In the kind of the Chinese type lettering, even though it is obviously the ZEN, but it's in that kind of that Chinese calligraphy kind of style, which is pretty cool. The bottom of the box has the Expert Playing Card Company information on there. And you can see the cards were made and cut in Taiwan, and the address of the company on there. Not through a few minutes. That master finish, which a lot of the Expert playing cards have on them now. We've talked about this in the last few deck studies. The Boardwalk papers have this on them. That more of the slippery finish. What was the last one we looked at? The Les Mies cards are the same exact way. The Egyptians that we'll look at next are the exact same way. They're a thicker, slicker feel. They don't grip quite as well as your normal U.S. Playing Card Company stock would, but nonetheless, it's a very quality card for handling that. So there's your box. The other side's blank. Now the back, I don't know if you're going to be able to pick this up on camera, but it's an embossed black on black image of the back design, and you've got your Expert Playing Card Company logo in the middle. You're probably not gonna be able to pick it up. Maybe you can, but it's right here. But we'll take a closer look at that. Actually, that logo, I can zoom in on it because it's on the flap, is right there. I'm gonna zoom in on that if you can see that a little bit. So there's that. The cards, there's not a whole lot to them. It's a fairly standard back design, one-way back design. And again, here's your Expert Playing Card Company logo, which is pretty cool. And it's that kind of that Chinese Buddhist themed image with the scroll work all along. Now this is the black version of this card. It came out into the Royal ZENs came out. Actually, well, I should let me pause here for a second. The prototype deck for this came out in red, which looks like this. This is, as you can see, I got this with my ZEN experimental prototype, not for sale. So this is a very limited edition of the ZEN deck. You could only get this if you went through the special offer, which I did because I wanted this as a collector's piece. So the original deck came out in a red color. Now they distributed it massively in the royal and in the black. So there's a royal version and a black version. This happens to be the black version, which was my preferred of the two, I suppose. Anyway, getting back to the back design, you got the little logo in the middle and some scroll work. And again, it's the mirrored back design. I wanted to say a little with the border around it, so perfect for performing. Take a look at the jokers real quick. Really nice jokers. Nice artwork on there. As you can see, holding in his hand are the 4 aces and the joker. If you can see it, if you wanted to do that as a reveal. But again, you can see the joker himself looks like someone you'd find meditating to the Buddha and doing that meditation type thing. So kind of cool. And he's in his typical Joker outfit. You got the Expert Playing Card Company down there at the back, and a nice custom font as well. So there are your 2 jokers. They are identical. Your ZEN Ace of Spades, pretty nice. Again, just a very large spade with the Expert logo in the middle. Now it's switched over to your standard font and pips. And the cards themselves, standard. There is a slight difference in the face cards, but as you can see, the number cards or the pip cards are a standard color. It's the red may be a little more muted than your bicycle red, but it's pretty close. Now the face cards are hand-drawn artwork, and you might have noticed this kind of the same design if you've got any of the B. Erdnase cards. They're kind of set up the same way. They've got this really thin border and it's wider, so the face takes up more of the card, so the white is thinner, especially up at the top and bottom. There's a thinner border here from the normal bicycle cards. So you'll find the same artwork in those B. Erdnase decks. I actually have one. I don't know if I still have it up on my channel. It was one of the early deck studies I did, but you can check those out too. So there are your hearts. We'll take a look at, scroll through the clubs here. You can see again, this is all hand-drawn art, but they're all standard cards from what you'd find in a normal deck. So again, with some of those slight modifications on the design work. The pips are a little bigger, I guess, too, than your normal bicycle. Now it doesn't show so much up on the spade, but you can tell the diamonds look a little fatter than your normal ones would be. So not much to the actual deck itself, other than the 2 custom jokers and the custom ace. The rest of the deck is standard, but it's a really nice deck. Definitely glad I picked this one up, as I struggled to find where these went in there. I picked that's because they're all of them. Okay, anyway, enough on that. So again, really nice. It's a really nice deck of cards. Again, the stock is thicker. It feels just like the Boardwalk Papers and the Les Mies that we looked at a couple weeks ago. So again, handling well. It's going to handle perfectly. Performing deck, absolutely. Nothing on the face is going to show that you're using anything shady whatsoever. So again, definitely a performance deck. Collectors, yeah. it's pretty. You can get them pretty cheap. I think they're only $4 or $5. Conjuring Arts has them right now. That's the only place I've seen them. They have not showed up on Art of Play yet. But again, this deck is not on the market right now, so I'm not sure how you could get one of these other than through special offer. But I figured I'd just show you to, because that was the actual first prototype that the Expert Playing Card Company came up with. So that's your ZEN deck study. Again, probably the last one of the year, although if I feel a little saucy, I'll put the Egyptians up next weekend. And just as some news and notes really quick, the holiday giveaway is still going on. I'll link that in this description. So if you're watching this and you have no idea what I'm talking about, there's a holiday giveaway going on my channel. It's the featured video. If you just click on my channel, it'll be the one, you know, the promo video that comes up on the first page. All the directions are in the video. You could win a deck of your choice. And again, there'll be a link to the Facebook page, because there's a separate giveaway going on simultaneously to that as well. And I've gotten really good responses, and there's a whole lot of people already wanting decks. So that announcement will be coming the first of the year. The contest is still going on. It will be going on until the end of the year, and I will announce the winner in the first week of January with the top 5 decks of 2014. So that video will be the contest result video with the winning deck, or more or less my favorite deck of the year, but I'm putting in other factors as well, such as number of views I've gotten on the videos and things like that. So let me know what you guys think of this deck, because your input does matter. You know, I always take your guys' input very seriously. So if you like this deck, give this video a thumbs up. Let me know what you think, and that's it. Oh, one other note before I forget. Just today, Daniel Madison is releasing a chunk of his anthology on his website for free. I think it's about 120 pages. He's calling it Fraction, and there's, I think, 20 or 30 effects you can get for free from his anthology book right now if you go to his website. It's kind of a thank you for his support for the year. I'll put a link. I don't know if I'll put a link in this description, but if you go to my Facebook, I'll link the info sometime tonight, where you can check that out too. I have anthology. I got it last year. It's an awesome book. There's so much stuff in there. It's not even really, I mean, it's almost overwhelming, but this condensed version might be something that you might want to check out. And he did re-release that book this year with some added info, and there's one effect in there. I can't remember. I think it's called Fracture or something. Or something along those lines. I can't remember, but it's the only new effect, I think, that's in this little section that he's releasing today. So check that out as well. I almost forgot to mention that. I apologize, but there it is, y'all. Again, let me know what you think. These are the ZEN playing cards from the Expert Playing Card Company, relatively new. So check them out, and I hope you guys dig it, and we'll see you out there. Thanks.